Hi everyone. Welcome back to our channel English Rise. This channel is not about motivation. It is about clarity. It is about understanding yourself, your mind, and the invisible forces that shape your life. Here we speak slowly, we think deeply, and we ask difficult questions. If you want to improve your English while developing awareness, discipline, and inner strength, consider subscribing. Today's topic is not comfortable, because it touches something most people feel but rarely admit. Almost everyone has potential, but very few people ever reach it. Why? Part 1. What potential really is, and why it scares people. Potential is one of the most misunderstood words in modern life. Most people think potential means talent, or intelligence, or special ability. But potential is not talent. Potential is capacity. The capacity to grow beyond who you are today. The capacity to endure difficulty. The capacity to adapt, learn, fail, and try again. The capacity to become someone you are not yet. Potential lives in the future. And that is why it scares people. Because the future demands responsibility. If you admit you have potential, you must also admit that your current life is not the limit. And that realization is dangerous. It removes excuses. It removes comfort. It removes the idea that this is just how life is. Many people prefer to believe they are limited because limitation feels safer than responsibility. Part 2. The silent agreement with a smaller life. Most people do not consciously choose a small life. They drift into it. They follow paths that were already prepared for them. They accept routines without questioning direction. They confuse stability with fulfillment. There is an invisible agreement that many people make with life. It sounds like this: I will not ask too much of myself, and life will not ask too much of me. This agreement feels peaceful, but it is expensive, because every year you stay below your potential, you pay with time, and time never refunds. Part 3. How early conditioning shapes adult limits. From childhood, people are trained to behave. Sit still. Follow instructions. Don't question too much. Don't make mistakes. Creativity is allowed, but only inside safe boundaries. Curiosity is praised, but only when it does not challenge authority. Over time, something subtle happens. People stop exploring. They start complying, and compliance begins to feel like maturity. But obedience without reflection is not maturity. It is conditioning. By adulthood, many people are experts at fitting in but beginners at becoming. Part 4. Fear, the most invisible limit. Fear is not weakness. Fear is natural. But obedience to fear is what limits potential. Fear does not usually say, "Stop, this is impossible." Fear says, "Be careful. Wait. Now is not the right time." What will people think? Fear speaks in reasonable language. That is why people obey it. They believe they are being logical, when in reality they are being protected. Protection feels intelligent. Growth feels reckless. But growth is not reckless. It is necessary. Part 5. Comfort, the most effective prison ever created. Comfort is not evil, but it is dangerous, because it feels kind. Comfort removes urgency. It removes pressure. It removes friction. And friction is what builds strength. A life without resistance cannot expand. Comfort does not destroy potential. It slowly puts it to sleep. People do not notice because comfort does not hurt. It numbs. Part 6. Identity. Why people defend their limits. People do not act against who they believe they are. If someone believes I am not disciplined, they will avoid discipline. If someone believes I am not confident, they will avoid visibility. Identity becomes a cage, and the mind will protect that cage because it feels familiar. Growth threatens identity, so the mind resists growth to protect the story you tell about yourself. Part 7. This is just who I am. The most dangerous sentence. This is just who I am sounds honest, but often it is surrender. Personality becomes an excuse. Habit becomes destiny. But identity is not fixed. Identity changes through action. People who reach their potential do not wait to feel different. They act differently. And identity follows behavior, not the other way around. Part 8. Time. The resource. Most people waste quietly. Many people believe they will change later, when life slows down, when they feel ready, when conditions are perfect. Later is a story the mind tells to delay discomfort. Potential does not disappear suddenly. It fades quietly as energy declines. Time is patient, but it is unforgiving. Part 9. The quiet pain of unrealized potential. Unrealized potential creates pain, not loud pain, quiet pain, a feeling that something is missing, a constant dissatisfaction without a clear reason, a sense of watching life instead of living it. People try to numb this pain with distraction, but distraction never heals. Growth does. At this point, many people feel uncomfortable. That is normal, because this is not about judgment. It is about awareness. Part 10. Society, conformity, and the fear of standing out. Society does not openly say, do not reach your potential. It does something more subtle. It rewards conformity. From school to work, people are praised for fitting in, not for thinking independently. The system prefers predictability. Predictable people are easier to manage. Predictable lives are easier to control. High-potential individuals often question rules, challenge assumptions, and create discomfort. So very early, many people learn a silent lesson. Standing out is risky. Blending in is safe. Over time, safety becomes the goal, not growth, not truth, not fulfillment. Part 11. The social cost of becoming more. Reaching your potential often means changing, and change creates distance. When you grow, you no longer fit perfectly into old conversations, old habits, old expectations. This creates tension. People around you may feel uncomfortable, not because you are wrong, but because your growth reflects their stagnation. So many people slow down to protect relationships. They sacrifice potential to maintain familiarity. Part 12. Comparison and the distortion of self-value. Comparison is natural, but constant comparison is destructive. People compare their beginning to someone else's middle. They see success without context, effort without history. This creates discouragement. Potential shrinks when people believe they are already behind. But growth is not a race. It is a process. The only fair comparison is who you were yesterday. Part 13. Distraction as a defense mechanism. Distraction is not accidental. It is psychological protection. When people slow down, they feel discomfort. Questions arise. Is this really my life? Am I doing what matters? Am I wasting time? Distraction silences these questions. Endless scrolling, endless noise, endless entertainment. Busy minds avoid honest reflection. And without reflection, potential stays dormant. Part 14. Why most people never think deeply. Deep thinking requires silence. Silence feels uncomfortable because it removes escape. Modern life is loud by design. Noise keeps people reactive, not reflective. Surface thinking feels productive. Deep thinking feels slow. But potential lives in depth. Most people never go deep enough to understand themselves. Part 15. the myth of motivation and the truth of discipline. Many people wait for motivation. They believe action follows feeling, but in reality, feeling follows action. Motivation is unreliable. Discipline is stable. Discipline is not aggression. It is commitment. It is choosing what matters even when emotions resist. Those who reach potential act despite lack of motivation. Those who don't wait forever. Part 16. Discipline as identity reconstruction. Discipline does more than create results. It reshapes identity. Each disciplined action sends a message to the mind. I can be trusted. Over time, self-trust grows. People without discipline depend on mood. People with discipline build confidence through proof. Potential requires trust in yourself. Part 17. Environment. The invisible hand. Your environment shapes you more than intention. People normalize what surrounds them. If comfort is normal, growth feels extreme. If mediocrity is common, excellence feels unrealistic. Many people try to change internally while staying in the same environment. This rarely works. Sometimes growth requires distance. Part 18. Failure as a necessary teacher. Failure is not a signal to stop. It is feedback. People who reach potential fail often. They learn faster because they tolerate discomfort. People who avoid failure avoid learning. Fear of failure is fear of information. Part 19. Perfectionism and the fear of being seen. Perfectionism looks like ambition, but often it is fear in disguise. Fear of being judged while learning. Fear of being exposed as incomplete. Growth requires visibility. You must allow yourself to be seen while becoming. Those who wait for perfection never begin. Part 20. Patience and the slow nature of real growth. Potential unfolds slowly. There are no dramatic signs at first. Progress feels invisible. Modern culture celebrates quick results. This creates impatience. Many people quit too early, not because they lack ability, but because growth is quiet before it is loud. Part 21. The moment people begin to settle. Most people do not quit loudly. They settle quietly. They lower standards. They reduce effort. They accept less. Settling feels responsible, but it creates inner conflict. Because potential does not disappear. It waits. Part 22. The internal voice that questions worth. Inside many people, there is a voice that says, "Who do you think you are?" This voice is not truth. It is conditioning. Growth requires challenging this voice, not with arrogance, with action. Part 23. Responsibility. The weight most people avoid. Reaching potential means owning your life. No excuses, no blaming, no waiting. Responsibility feels heavy because it removes illusion. But responsibility is freedom. Those who accept it gain control. Part 24. Pain, transformation, and identity. Death. Growth hurts, old identities break, old habits die. This pain is not punishment, it is transition. Those who run from pain stay the same. Those who endure pain become more. Part 25. The regret of realization. Too late. Many people realize their potential only near the end, when time is gone, when energy is low. This regret is quiet but deep. Awareness earlier changes everything. Part 26. What people who reach their potential do differently. They do not wait to feel ready. They act before confidence arrives. They build discipline daily. They accept discomfort. They choose growth repeatedly. Not once. Every day. Part 27. Small daily choices and compounding growth. Potential is not unlocked by one big decision. It is built through small daily actions. Reading instead of scrolling. training instead of avoiding, thinking instead of reacting. These choices compound. Part 28. The truth most people avoid. Most people could do more. Not everything, but more. This truth is uncomfortable, but it is also empowering, because awareness creates choice. Final reflection. Potential as a responsibility. Potential is not a gift. It is a responsibility. A quiet call that only you can answer. Ignored by many, answered by few. If this video made you think, that is a good sign. If it made you uncomfortable, that is even better. This channel exists to challenge comfort and build awareness. If you want to continue this journey, consider subscribing to English Rise. Remember, you don't reach your potential by waiting. You reach it by choosing growth. Before you feel ready.